What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? This is Dominic Minchella. I am the Kansas City Chiefs beat writer on SI and the host of the Kansas City Chiefs Insider Podcast. Welcome back to another episode as we have keep on ticking on down the line, closer and closer to the 2025 NFL Draft. I know I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited as well. But one thing that we should touch on going forward is what the Chiefs should do with two players eligible for their fifth-year options, George Karlaftis, Trent McDuffie. Now, general manager Brett Veach, he told us, the media, which is now, you can watch that live on the Chiefs YouTube live stream. He told us that they are prioritizing the draft currently. And then afterwards, there will be dialogue with both Trey Smith and Trent and George. Trey Smith, obviously, for a long-term deal and to see if they can exercise two fifth-year options with both Trent McDuffie and George Karlaftis, both of which I've touched on SI. You can go check those out on why they should, which leads me into why they should. These two players have made their impacts known almost immediately as soon as they got drafted. Both 2022 first round picks, they are outstanding on defense. They've both had tremendous seasons building up and have improved with the small amount of times that they've been in the NFL. Firstly, with a lot of need coming with the quarterback position in the NFL draft, once again, as general manager Brett Veach touched on, they could be looking to add more depth pieces there. While that doesn't necessarily mean that it can count out Trent McDuffie from getting an exercised fifth-year option, it does point us in a odd direction, because if they viewed him highly, why wouldn't they just stick with the crew that they've got? I understand that football is a depth sport, team sport. You can't have all these guys out there for every single snap, every single defensive play. Trent McDuffie, though, could have the chance to end Brett Veach's cycle of never extending a homegrown cornerback. This guy has been one of the best defenders in the NFL. In his rookie season, he played in 11 games and collected 44 total tackles. He also had 7 passes defended. That's a trend that he's got. In his first 2 years, he had 7 passes defended as a cornerback, which is tremendous. He's an elite defender. This is a guy that if you let walk, he is going to make a boatload of money. And we know that the Chiefs don't have a lot of flexibility with their finances, given all the stars that they have. But a fifth-year option could at least prolong him for what it is, another year, a fifth year. His best season came in his sophomore year. He was playing in 16 games. He collected 80 total tackles, 7 passes defended as well. He continued to show why he's valuable. He even increased his stuffs from a half into 1.5. Last year, he took a step in the wrong direction, sort of, at least in the tackle department. But where he did shine is in his passes defended, as he jumped from 7 to 13, setting a new career high. He also had 6 stuffs, which is also amazing for the defense, especially with the cause. Steve Spagnuolo knows exactly what he has to say to motivate these guys. We've seen in the past, and we've heard from the past, that these players love playing for Coach Spags. On the other end of the fifth-year options, George Karlaftis, he is in a position where, like Brett Veach stated before, that there's always depth pieces that you can add through the NFL draft in these departments, in these position groups. Defensive end should be one that they go after. We've touched on that in previous episodes. You might remember me talking about that. But going down the line, George Karlaftis is kind of that guy that you do not want to lose. He has been an immediate difference maker. The only caveat is with these fifth year options, these guys are going to make an increased amount of money in that fifth year. In fact, according to over the cap projections, Trent McDuffie would be making just over $13 million a year, and Karlaftis would make just over $15 million a year. But he earns it. Karlaftis does. In his 3 years with the Chiefs, he has, like McDuffie, extended, has gotten better. He's progressed. He's shown that he's teachable, still 24 years of age. I mean, this is a guy that could be going into his prime years. And wouldn't you think it's more beneficial that he's on the roster rather than you're playing against him? Who knows where he could go? That's what I'm trying to say. You don't even want to have that be an option of where he could go. Last season, he had 8 quarterback sacks. The season prior, he had 10 and a half. He typically is always healthy. He's played in 16 games or more in all 3 seasons. He is highly regarded as one of the better defensive ends with still room to grow, as we've touched on. Now, the NFL draft could put a damper in these processes. The Chiefs aren't made of money, even if you think that they are. They have extended players to healthy amounts of contracts to where some of these young and up and coming guys, they might have to move on from because of a budgetary finance. But $15 million and $13 million to us is a lot. To me is a lot. I don't want to speak for any of you watching. To me is a lot of money. But these are professional players in the National Football League. If they are going to be worth that money, the Chiefs will exercise those amount in order to keep them. McDuffie and Karlaftis are guys that this defense looks completely different. He said that he wants to, Brett Veach said that he wants to keep them in Chiefs uniforms. We've already seen a slew of defensive players hit the free agent market and now they're elsewhere just because they're trying to save money in certain areas. They even made a trade this offseason to open up some cap space. There are ways that this can get done, and I'm hopeful that they both get exercise a fifth-year option. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, their main focus is on the NFL draft, as we've seen. You can go back and watch some of those and listen to some of those episodes I've done covering several positions that they should address in the NFL draft. But that being said, tomorrow, the hair is going to be different. I apologize. This is a mop. But tomorrow we're going to be diving back into the NFL draft, where the Chiefs should go, and maybe I'll have some fun little tidbits to tell you. No, who knows? Well, that concludes the episode for today. In recap, I believe that both Karlaftis and McDuffie should be exercised the fifth-year option. They have shown that they are kind of those players that deserve to be playing in Kansas City, and it would be awful if they don't even extend them in the future. These guys are difference makers when they're on the field. Alrighty, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember, be kind to one another. I'll catch you guys soon. Alrighty. Have a good one.